What up, players? It's cold and rainy today, but I got the back door open, which you guys probably know why. Getting the fire going. You guys know the drill. So, for anyone who hasn't been, involved in my life for a while, I had a studio. I was doing that full time, recording bands and stuff. But that was at the old place. And I'm at here, my new place. This is what I usually call the control room because it has all my controls. It's what they would call it, like in a real studio. You'd have your control room with your mixing board and all that stuff, and then vocal booths in your live room where you would record live instruments like drums. And I sort of had the same sort of setup, but put a lot more work into it, and it was almost completely soundproof. There was like a 65 or 70 dB difference, which is really huge. This place, I started to think of that, but I kind of just didn't want to record bands anymore. But this was going to be my live room. And it's still kind of in limbo. I mean, I'm going to work on it today, but there's still a lot of things for it to be finished. I put up, so from this pillar over, I put in this wall and I built that closet, and then I built the wall, and then over to the wood burner, I didn't finish that corner. I put all these lights in, and I painted the ceiling black, and I rewired everything. There used to be just a rat's nest of wires up here and stuff, and it's like mostly there. And then the floor, where it's gray here, there was a big closet here. So where this area is, there was a wall and a door that went to this closet, and there were shelves all the way around. There was a shelf in the center. I took all that out. You can see where the wall used to be going on here. So I made this one big open room. I was planning on making it my live room / where I shoot videos. But since I don't really want to record bands anymore, I want to just make it into a studio, I guess, a place where I can still record live instruments if I want. I mean, I pretty much use all virtual instruments now at this point, but a place I can also shoot video. The great thing about this space, because I used to shoot the videos, if you guys remember my last before I started up again, I did a lot of my videos in front of the blue wall. That was the only direction I could shoot, was up against that wall, just because of the shape of the room and the size, and the ceilings were much lower than they are here. I mean, I'm still in a basement, but the great thing about this space now, since I took out all the walls, it's freaking huge here. So the newest video, it's not out yet, but probably out by the time you see this vlog, maybe. I don't know yet. But I'm doing if Green Day wrote Mr. Brightside by the Killers. So if it is out, check it out on the main channel. But I was shooting that. We kind of have this random love seat we don't know what to do with yet because it's still in good shape. And anyways, it ended up here. So shooting a video on it. And then I was the drums have been sitting here since my injury. And I did like a weird angle there, so I didn't have to move the drums because my wrist still, isn't 100%. But I was like, it made me realize I could do angles, a whole bunch of different angles. I could do so much more creative video stuff. And I don't know why I fell away from that. So with all that being said, because I also have an idea for another channel that I work on in between, kind of as a hobby. I don't have anything ironed out about it yet, so I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet, but I will once I figure it out, if I ever get the time. But I would like to also set up the space too, so I can, more of like a production studio, so I can do audio and film things, and just, the great thing about the basement ceiling, I took all the drop ceiling out, all the rafters are here, and most of my lights that I use to light for video are just work lights that just clamp right to it. So I can just put these lights pretty much anywhere I want, and I don't have any stands. So it's a pretty good space to do. I wish I had a little more height, but I mean, hey, for DIY stuff that I do, this is going to be great. But Anyways, yeah, so see, like I got my mic panel. It's all wired into my control room. And I just want to work on this room a little bit today. You know, I built this shelf. Things sort of, you could tell I started to organize it, and you guys have seen the shop before. I'm crazy about organizing things. I got all my bins with labels on them. But like these stands just kind of got thrown down there, you know, and I have like a utility closet here, and things got thrown into there too. So what I'm going to work on today in this vlog is getting my studio set up. So I want to kind of clean this up, organize this a little bit better. And, you know, I got my little table over here. Over the winter, my wife, she works from home, so she had her set up there because it's right by the wood burner, right behind that fan. It was a lot warmer down here than it was upstairs. I have these sound panels. This one here is on legs. So I think I'm just going to throw it over here as a divider, because over there is my daughter's playroom, if you can't tell. It's very, very used because it's a freaking mess now and pretty much all the time. But there's another sound panel behind that with red fabric. I'm going to hang it up on that wall, I think. There used to be a whiteboard there, but I didn't like it there. I ended up putting it in there's a hallway here, so I put my whiteboards here, and this connects to the control room. That's probably not making sense at all, but anyways, that's what I'm gonna do today, so let's go do that. All right, so I have 3 of these big wall panels and one of the gobos. That's the panel that's on the stands I showed earlier. So I got my smallest one up here where that TV was, and then these cables used to be in this closet, but I feel like if I'm ever recording or doing anything where I need to plug my, mic and a drum kit up or something, cables should be right by the mic panel. So I brought this out here, and it kind of fills in that space now. And someday when I finish that corner, I think that'll work. And then this wall, I'm probably gonna swap out some paintings and stuff, and I had a little artificial tree here that was my grandma's that I really like. My wife kind of swiped it, she put it upstairs. I'm gonna swipe it back. Anyways, next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this big panel up on this wall, and then this little gray one that was over here, I'm gonna put it on those stands. So let's do that. And bam, just like that, wife even showed up. Get a wider angle of this side. So, got the wall, got all this. Kind of probably still looks the same, but I got more places where they need to be. I hung my guitar up in that corner. I think that's cool. It's my first guitar I ever had, bass guitar. I tried painting it. It used to be red. Hi. This is behind the pole. So, now I think I made this a way cooler, creative space. I'm like excited to get down here. But there's other things I want to do this weekend. It's not even the end of the day, Saturday. So, always forget the tripod. Always forget the tripod. So, other than that, that's the kind of stuff I've been able to do lately. My hand is doing pretty well. Look at that. Whew. Crazy. But look at that. Look at that fist. Still, this finger still doesn't want to go in all the way. But doing pretty good. As a matter of fact, seen like bros mess with them online. My physical therapist has this thing that you squeeze really hard, and it has like a PSI gauge on it. It tells you your strength, your grip strength, you know? So I have no idea what I was before, but I'm right-handed. That's the hand that I hurt. But my left hand, I was able to get like 110, I think. And this side, first time I did it last Monday, 2 Mondays ago. It's the 22nd today of March, 2025. With my injured hand, I was able to do 35, and then we just did it this past Wednesday, whatever the date was then, and it was at 50. So it's getting there. But I'm at a stage today, actually, I am 11 weeks post-op. So the doc said when I got discharged, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So, let's see, 4, 8, 12. So we're almost at 3 months, right? I have 2 more physical therapy sessions next week. I'm still going twice a week. And then they're going to kind of basically evaluate if I need to keep coming back. But I still need to keep doing my exercises because I can't, these 2, you know, my middle and pointer finger, or middle and index finger, I can get in pretty good. It's just my pinky and my ring finger, which, as you guys remember, I severed them, which, if you haven't heard anything, this cut was from a glass that broke. I severed an artery and 5 tendons. So each finger has 2 tendons right around here. There's 4 that come up, and then they all split into 2 for each finger, and then I think you have 2 for your thumb too. But so these 2 fingers, I damaged 2 of the tendons. These ones, I completely severed the 2. So I severed those 4, and then I severed 1 on this side of my wrist to make your hand go like that. But look how well it's doing. I'm at a point where I can use it. Like, you know, first I couldn't use it at all, if you guys have been following along. But then it was after month and a half or 2 months or something, it was completely healed. The scar tissue was like, you know, my stitches dissolved, and the scar tissue should be strong enough where I can really start like using it how I used to. Which, you know, my strength's not there, so but I have been able to pick up some side jobs. And, you know, pretty much just fixing things. So using my drill and stuff. Sometimes I got to use my other hand when I'm, you know, trying to hold up, you know, cordless drills are heavy. Well, at least for my injured hand. But I've been making it work. And doing things like that on top of my physical therapy, on top of my at-home physical therapy, just makes it stronger. So I just got to keep doing it. The biggest thing right now, since it's not really too bad today, you can see how it kind of curves in and then out a little bit swollen. So see, this kind of just up until my wrist, it curves out. So it's still swollen a bit here, but there's a lot of scar tissue, so it may not completely go away. But the biggest thing, see how the skin in my wrist moves a lot? There's a band right here that your tendons go under, and where I severed them, it's kind of interfering with the band. And the other thing too is when I wasn't moving them or using them, they'll heal to whatever. So it kind of fused to the skin a little bit underneath. It's like a common thing, I guess, when you get cut there on your tendons. So I just have to keep moving it and working it, and that'll unfuse itself. I don't know if it's really fused to the skin or if it ever was. But, you know, I can't get, like this hand, I can bend my fingers back almost at a 45. This hand here, see, I can get my index and pinky to move back almost at that 45. But my middle and ring finger, I can't get back. And I think it's just because that scar tissue and that swelling is getting caught on that band inside my wrist. But she said that, my physical therapist, she said that's a possibility. I may not get all of that back because of all of the scarring. It may not ever make it under that band or slide under there, but I have to keep working it to get it to glide better. So, but with all that being said, you know, I'm almost pretty much 3 months post-op. So 3, 4, 8, 12, yeah, just about, because I'm 11 weeks today. So one more week, I'll be 3 months since my injury. I was told that it's from my injury until now, I've progressed a ton. So assuming I get back to 100%, I've got, like, let's just say 80% mobility back, 85 maybe. This last 15 or 20%, I was told, is gonna be the hardest and take the longest. Not hard as far as like working it really hard and, like, you know, being tired all the time like I was. But I'm just gonna see the least amount of progress, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, I've been able to play guitar. I shot a video. I recorded a cover, or not, more of a mashup, but I'm in drop D. I'm out of tune. That's me playing. Just goofing around. Guitar's actually been the easiest so far. It's kind of just getting that muscle memory back. With bass, you know, because when I'm playing guitar, I'm mostly strumming. So my forearm is up off the body of the guitar. You know, sometimes I rest on the body of the guitar and I'm muting. That doesn't bother me too much. When I'm playing bass, and it's gotten better, I've noticed I'm kind of here like this, and it's just like rubbing on where it's, you know, my injury, where it's kind of swollen. So it was kind of cool, but it was really weird at first because it was numb, and it's not so numb anymore. It's still a little bit, but I mean, you could see I'm able to play pretty well. I just haven't played for, like, you know, basically 3 months, 2.5 months or whatever it was. So it's just been getting back into playing. You know, I'm just kind of rusty. But, you know, at first my wrist was numb, so it was kind of hard to play bass. But I think from doing that, because one of my things I have to do at home is just kind of massage it. And that's just to kind of keep those tendons separated and gliding under that band and stuff. I think that helped, but it was just weird at first because it was numb. I couldn't really tell where my hand was on the body, you know what I mean? So it was kind of just a little frustrating at first, but after about a week of noodling around, I've never been much of a piano player, a pianist, but I've been playing a lot more of that just because my physical therapist, I was telling her about it. She said that would actually be really good for your fingers and would work well for your finger separation. So I've actually been able to, you know, play quite a bit. Sorry, the camera's super shaking. But, I mean, I've only really been able to play chords. I don't really know what I'm trying to play. Hold up. Skirt. But, so, I mean, you know, I've been able to switch a little bit. Sorry, that was the worst angle ever. But I was really struggling with that at first, but it's worked out. And the other update that I have before I log off here, well, it is getting warmer and all that stuff, of course, but so as you guys know, this is my control room, this is my studio, this is where I record. Right here on these 2x4s is where my computer used to sit. I had a Mac Mini. And I was just finishing up this cover that I'm about to put out here. And the Green Day, If Green Day Wrote Mr. Brightside by the Killers. If you're watching this vlog as soon as it comes out, it's probably not out yet, but my patrons will see it first. So if you're on Patreon, if you support me on Patreon, you will see this video first. That's how I'm gonna be doing this from now on. I think I'm gonna try it out. So if you want to back me on there, it's just $1 for as low as $1 a month. You can see all my stuff early, and then of course it helps out the channel and stuff. But anyways, I was doing my first mix for that cover, and my computer died. I was sitting here, I was working on something, my back door's right here, and I heard my kid yelling and a dog barking. So I opened up the back door, stuck my head out to see if everything was okay. It was just the neighbor's dog. Our yards are kind of connected, they were playing or whatever. I came back in and my screen was off. So I was like, oh, I must have bumped the power cord or something. The power cord plugs in right, that little white top there. So I turn the computer back on, it boots up, I open up my recording software, and it just shuts down. And I'm like, oh, crap. It's a 13-year-old computer. I want to turn it back on, no power at all. So I'm like, ah, crap, probably the power supply. Looked up some stuff, and yeah, power supply. And it had the original power supply in it from 13 years ago. So ordered that last week. It was supposed to be in Wednesday. So 4 days ago, it got caught up in Atlanta. So I do have a laptop that's slightly newer, fairly newer actually, but it has all USB-C ports on it, these type of ports, which my audio interface needs Thunderbolts. I have regular USB ports for like my mouse, my keyboard, just, you know, all that crazy stuff. So I went to Walmart and I found this adapter. It goes USB-C, and then it gives me USB 2.0, 3.0, and SD, micro SD, and an SD slot, which is great because that's what my good camera uses when I film my videos. So I can just plug this into my laptop and boom, I'm good to go. The only thing is I don't have, that doesn't have a Thunderbolt port, which is, looks like that. Which was proprietary for a Mac. When I got this interface, I kind of switched over to Macs in college, but this interface, audio interface, came in either Thunderbolt or I think it was USB 3. It may have been USB-C. I went with Thunderbolt because I had an open Thunderbolt port on my computer. And I was like, well, I'll be using this for a while. And I did. But now I'm kind of like screwed because I don't use Thunderbolt ports anymore. They're obsolete. They make Thunderbolt to USB-C adapters. I think they're like 10 or 20 bucks, which isn't too bad. But I have to order it online because my small heckin' town don't have them. This adapter, actually, I drove like 3 towns over to get this adapter, and I got super lucky because they were all like 40 bucks, and I just happened to be looking at the, they had like a little section on the shelf with clearance stuff, and this sucker was on here. It had more ports than the one I was gonna grab, and it was 8 bucks, and it's worked out great so far. What I had to do was I had to pull my hard drives out of my Mac Mini, and I have these bus-powered external hard drive enclosures that take laptop hard drives. So I just kind of swapped them out, and I was able to access my recording files because I keep them all on a secondary internal drive. Or I did, rather. So I'm trying to hold off on getting the adapter for my audio interface because if the power supply comes in and that was the problem, I'm about 99% sure that is the problem for my studio computer, I'll be good to go. I won't need any other adapters. These side jobs I've been doing, I have to travel, so anytime I have to, like, in the car or when I'm not driving, and if I have to stay overnight in a hotel, I can edit. I won't have any downtime because I can bring my laptop. So that's going to be a huge game changer. It was originally why I bought the laptop when I was still working at the last job. The plan was to save up some money and then to do this work at this place I've been working at and working with my buddy traveling, and then I could take my laptop so I can edit and never have any downtime while I'm, making enough money to survive until I can get this going again. But if my studio computer, if it's the power supply and it works, I'll be good to go. I would like to get that adapter though, because my laptop is like significantly more powerful than my studio computer. A lot of times, I think if you guys have watched my lives, when I'm on the studio computer and I'm recording, once the tracks start layering up, I'll start getting error messages saying that I'm running out of CPU power. It's a pretty powerful machine. If you guys are techie nerds or anything at all, I am a little bit. It has a quad-core i7. I max out the RAM. It has 16 gigs of RAM, which is pretty, I would say, a fairly good computer. 2 internal SSDs. USB from 2013, so probably 2.0. But the crazy thing about pro audio stuff is, it kind of like this is a high-end audio interface. It's probably about as old as my computer, and it uses Thunderbolt. But if I get the adapters, like the converters in there and the preamps, they're fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to, sell all this old stuff and buy all new stuff just so it uses USB-C. I can just buy the adapters, or honestly just keep using my Mac Mini, because there's probably going to be a point where I can't access the internet, but like if I ever come across one of the, like another like Mac Mini, the same model or whatever, that's just fried or something, that I could pick up 1 or 2 or whatever for some parts just to keep it going, like I can just keep using this old setup. You know what I mean? I don't have to change anything. I have all the plugins that I need. If there's ever anything new, I probably won't be able to use it, like any sort of software plugins or something. But as far as just recording my music, like, it's really all that I need. And the only reason to get the adapter for my audio interface is what plugs into the computer, so I can plug microphones and stuff into the audio interface, and the audio interface plugs into the computer. That's how you get audio into the computer. That's how I can use this $1,100 microphone to go to record, like, into my computer, you know what I mean? And my guitars and stuff like that. Or it doesn't have to be an $1,100 microphone. I don't know why I said that. Just any pro audio stuff when you're recording, right? So without that adapter, I can't record any audio right now. But right now I'm working on the mix and editing the video, and I don't need my audio interface. So if I don't get my Mac Mini working, and maybe I fried the motherboard or something, it might be worth getting another motherboard if the price is right, just to keep that going. I can just sit down here and be my studio computer, but without that adapter for my audio interface to use on my laptop, right now I can't record anything. But I'm not completely stuck. Well, I am as far as recording, but there's a lot of other things I can do. As soon as my power supply comes in, I'll know if I need that adapter or not. I'm also holding off because my laptop, I don't really need the portability as far as, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take my audio interface anywhere and record. I don't plan on it, at least anytime soon. Like, if I go stay at a hotel, like, I'm not going to bring this giant interface with me and my laptop to, like, record vocals in the hotel room or something. I'm just going to bring things that I can edit or mix or whatever. The other thing, this month has been just insane. The medical bills started coming in. Luckily, I haven't updated you guys on the insurance, but luckily I'll do that in a separate vlog because I need to get off here. But it's all been pretty smooth, fortunately. I can't believe it. With all this crazy stuff going on, yeah, it's been crazy. I had a pretty big bill. It was just under $800, which is a ton for me right now. But I was able to do payments at a pretty affordable rate. I think it's like $32 a month. It's going to take forever, but I think I can swing that right now. It's like another bill I got to add on. The car was broke. Well, here we have to get our cars inspected. So there's like mechanical inspection and then like emissions. So you have to get that done every year. It passed the emissions. It didn't pass the inspection. It needed new brakes all around, which my car has all disc brakes, and those are incredibly easy. But at the time, I was still in my Splint, so I couldn't do it. So I had to pay the shop to do it. Luckily, they're good guys. I've known them for a while, been going there for years, so they kind of hooked it up. But you know, the inspections are always, the emission and inspection is $80. It's 40, it's like 39, 90, 50 or something for both. So it's like $80 just for the inspection. And then the parts and the labor, it was, you know, $500 or something like that. Oh, and I got an oil change too, because I couldn't do that. So, which honestly, I've just been having the shop do the oil. I always used to change my own oil, but like when you do it yourself, it's like it's probably like $45-50 now to do it yourself. So you have to have an oil pan, you got to drain the oil, you got to buy the oil, you got to buy the oil filter, you got to do it, right? And this was in February. So, or no, this is March. I may be getting my months mixed up here. So I would have had to do it in the cold. I don't have a garage to pull my car in. My shop has a wooden floor, so I can't pull it into there. And then when you drain the oil, you got to take it somewhere to dispose of it, where it's like, you know, $45-50 at the shop. You don't have to go get the parts. You don't have to get the oil, and they get rid of it for you. So to me, it's worth it to just have the shop change it now. Now with my computer broken, luckily the power supply was only $12.50, and that adapter I think is like $20, $25, $30, something like that. Hopefully I don't need that. If the power supply doesn't work, I'll probably just get that adapter, and then I'll figure out the computer some other time. And then we did our taxes, and of course we owed this year. I like never owe. I always do it in a way where I don't get a refund, but I also don't owe anything. It's just how we like to do it. So then our paychecks are bigger, you know, throughout the year or whatever. So last year we owed a little bit, and then I adjusted my W-2s or whatever it is, like the dependents, and I still owed this year. But it is what it is. So anyways, I scheduled it to come out of my bank account. It's like $1,200. It's a ton. It's due April 15th. So April 15th or 14th or whenever it is, I got to double check that. It's scheduled to just come out of my bank account. So I have about a month to figure that out. Hoping my royalty check is big this month. That'll be great. So you guys support me on Patreon. I'm up to like $68 a month or something like that. There's 18 of you. I think I promoted it a few times. I think I got like 2 more people. So thank you guys. It's really helping keep this going. But if I can just get over this hump and hopefully pick up some more of these side jobs, if I can get over this hump of March, the rest of the year should be pretty good up until like Christmas. So that'll give me 9 months, right? March is the 3rd. Yeah, that should give me about 8 or 9 months or whatever. Of hopefully no crazy, unexpected bills. I keep a very tight budget. I keep track of literally every single penny, every single month in a spreadsheet. So, you know, we live off of pretty much nothing. But yeah, I don't know. It's not anything worth getting into right now. Which I think someone, before I get off, someone mentioned a while ago they would like to see the finances of this. I'm really into personal finance. I still don't know what you're talking about. You never answered me. So if you're still on here following me, or if any of you guys, I'm assuming you were talking about how you do your finances as a musician, like doing it full time. I would love to break that down. I could do it when I was doing like all of this full time and not relying on any side jobs, and like how I'm approaching it now until I get this built back up. So I would love to do that. So if it's something you guys want to know, I would love to talk about it. And I'm still learning stuff too. So, man, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I got. I'm working on the, actually, no, I do have more. I'm sorry. I'm working on the full album. See, I don't know if you can see the grid there. I have like the songs listed on this side, and then all the things I need to do, drums, guitar, edits, whatever, video. I gotta name most of the songs. That's coming along. That's probably 35% done. There was something else I was gonna mention, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I also, out there in the live room, I hung up my, I think I said it before I was going into all this, where I hung this up. I had whiteboards there. I put them up here now. Oh, and this has really helped me stay on track all week. So I have them here in my hallway. I've gotten it really back into the zone, and this has helped me. I have like things I need to get done every single month, and I break it down by week and then by day. That's how I've been able to like hammer out shorts and stuff every day. I just pre-record however many a day and all these other things just to get things done, work on different things and try and up my skills. I want to start playing the drums again more. I was never much of a drummer, but I'm definitely rusty now. I tried to do it for this video. It was really hard. I had to do a lot of takes for it, but didn't hurt my arm or anything, which was great, but it was just, I'm super rusty. But I want to start playing again and start learning my rudiments and stuff like that, and just actually getting good at drums. Because I feel like I would just take my songs to the next level. When you have a good drummer on your songs, it takes your song to the next level. But one of the things I have on there is to start vlogging more. Right now, I want to try and get out like one a week, and I want to get back into 2. Maybe doing it daily again. That would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. So when the video comes out, it's If Green Day Wrote Mr. Brightside. It'll be up this week. The patrons who support me on Patreon will see it first. Patreon.com/punkcovermoose. It's $1 a month. That's all is the lowest. I mean, you can do more if you want, but they'll see it first, and then I'll put it out on YouTube or whatever. And then the album, I don't know yet. It will be out soon. But that's going to be the same way as I drop the songs. I already put one out on there on Patreon. It's kind of just like a short joke song. My hand was still in... Oh, no, I put out 2. I think I put out 2. I don't remember. I don't know. Anyways, all it is just Patreon. You pledge whatever, and then whatever I put out every month, like it just... Like if you pledge $1, I get $1 a month, right? And then I'm putting out all this stuff. I planned on doing, I plan on doing all of this like behind the scenes stuff of writing the album. I've been shooting footage. I'm going to put videos together. I was going to put them out on the channel, but I'm like, I have people that have backed me on Patreon for literally like the last 8 years since I started doing this. And I'm like, I need to like, you guys are were the ones really helping me keep all of this going. So, and trust me, I get it. if I had money, there's people I would back on Patreon as well, but I can't right now. So I will put it out. I'm just gonna put it out first. That's just because they went the extra mile to support me. So it's like nothing against anyone who doesn't back me on there. But if you want to, link is in the bio. And of course, my affiliate links are down there. Thank you everyone for using the Amazon affiliate link. That's helped. It's been giving me a little bit extra every month. And I know a lot of you have been streaming my songs. My Spotify's been getting built up. I can't look at the back end of my other, I think I can only look at the back end of Apple Music, but Spotify's my biggest streaming platform. So all the shorts I've been putting out every day. I know, I'm sorry, I post like 4 or 5 every day. I'm sure some of you are so sick of seeing, and I know I change it a little bit, but I appreciate you guys liking and commenting on it. It's been helping. Like, I've gone up like 200 subscribers on YouTube since my injury. And TikTok, I just reached 1,000 followers. I had like 300 when I quit my job in September. So 6 months. I mean, I really didn't start posting multiple times a day until probably 4 months ago, like not long before the Christmas EP, but it's all been building. So as I get the ball rolling, I won't have to like be basically spamming every day, which will be great, because then I could just focus on like really good music videos and stuff without going crazy every day of working like 14 freaking hours, plus doing side jobs and all this other crazy stuff. So man, yeah, that's everything. Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. Thank you all who have been reaching out. Look at that scar, man. Freaking crazy. I've watched some of my older videos. I'm like, man, that's what, my hand wasn't injured then. That's crazy. But still got some daylight left. I'm kind of hungry and I haven't showered, and all my legs hurt from doing all that stuff out in the live room. But I want to edit that video because I want to get it out hopefully Monday. So anyways, thank you all for the support. I really can't thank you enough. I don't think I could have got through this injury without you guys. I appreciate you guys just hitting me up, texting me, words of encouragement. I got new people back me on Patreon, and those of you who helped me through Venmo and Cash App and stuff. I appreciate that. It really, really means a lot. It really does. So, but everything's going good, and yeah, I really can't do it without you guys. So thank you. I will see you in the next video.